What's up? It's Andy from Banshee Boat, and today we're going to take a look at how to prepare your outboard engine for a long-term storage using fogging oil.
Woo! Banshee boating, baby!
Very good. Close.
Banshee Boat for everything boating. These maneuvers could be dangerous if not operating the boat properly. Do so at your own risk. Make sure to always have boating safety equipment, pleasurecraft license on board, and always wear your PFD. Be conscious of those around you. Respect the shared waterway. Remember, never drink alcohol on boat. Always play safe on the water.
So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here and use the trim function. And I'm going to bring the engine down just to make it a lot easier to work on. And it needs to be level when we're doing this. And right here I'm going to come over and unhook the engine stand, the engine lock. And then we're going to bring the engine all the way down. First thing we're going to need to do is we're going to take off our engine cover here. And perfect. Next, you'll need to make sure your engine has a water connection. Never start your engine without a flow of water going to it. You're going to need to make sure that your engine has water coming out of it when you start it. All right, so it's as easy as this. We have our setup here, and we're basically just going to slide this over the engine on the back, right? Over the ports. Over the ports. You can always squirt a little bit of water as you're sliding it on. If you squirt the water, it'll help you slide it on better. So now the engine is ready to be started. If you'd like to know more information on how to use muffs, I actually have another video on my channel. I'll put the link in the description below. I made this little thing. It's basically like a T. I use this for just support the boat when I jump inside, just because you want to make sure you don't want to hit your engine on the ground. That's not going to be nice. So just throw that in there. This gives me a little extra security when I get in the boat. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is take off my air cleaner cover here. Oh, and I am fucking too small. That's horrible. This is coming off right now. What we're gonna get. Wow, look at that. Oh yes, there's the air cleaner. There's fucking nothing.
Huh?
There's no.
Wow. Where do they go?
Huh?
Where do they go? They just go over here?
Yes, I guess. There's no air cleaner in there. That's it. But I tell you what, fuck, she screams, man. Runs really good, so. There's the carbs. There's the carbs. It's a little bit dirty in here. So we got that off. Now the next thing I'm going to do is get our muffs on, get our water running, and then we're going to get ready to start it and spray some fogging oil in there. Alright, so I got this fogging oil at my local Canadian Tire. And this is fogging oil, protects against the engine corrosion during storage. So it basically lubricates the inside of the cylinder and allows the inside of the cylinder to not be corroded. Gotta get this going. Yep. And we come over here.
Get the hot plate.
Yeah. How's it look?
Looks good.
Looks good?
You have to give it more time to start.
Yeah. Looking right. There we go. Here we go. How's it look? Good. Good? Alright, so this engine has 4 cylinders. So there's 4 throttle bodies. So
spray evenly in each throttle body. The can suggests about a 10-second spray in each throttle body. So I'm going to give it on pretty low idle. Give it a good 10-second spray in each port. Continue to go evenly there.
Okay, so I got my 13/16 socket. This one actually has a little rubber bit inside that you can be easy on the spark plugs with. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out carefully, remove my spark plugs. These spark plugs are relatively new. They look like they have pretty similar gap. Well, they should. And so I'm going to clean them off. And then I'm going to get ready to spray some fogging oil in the cylinders. So I'm going to take all four inside each cylinder. A fairly generous spray inside each one. Oh. Okay. I'm going to crank it over with that. That's it. The next thing I'll do is I'm going to take a nice clean rag and I'm going to clean up my spark plugs. I'm going to just inspect them, clean them all up, make sure there's no debris sticking to them. Clean up the spark plug hole a bit, just inspect that. Make sure everything looks good. Then I'll install the spark plugs again, since these are fairly new spark plugs. I just got them and I know they're good. And make sure they're all cleaned up there. So when I took this off, I've never taken this off before in winterized this boat, I noticed that there was no filter, so I'm going to research and make sure there's a filter on there before I put this back on, because next year for the boating season I would like to have everything back properly. So I'm going to research that. So the boat's fully fogged up, and at this point you could put your engine back together after you've done this fogging to your engine, and you'd be all ready to go. So always make sure that your engine is down all the way, so if there's any water inside your engine, you can get it to drain out, so your engine completely drains out all the water out of it. Here's the hose right here for the water tube coming out, and this hose actually goes right here and it follows up here, and that's where it goes into the engine. So keep in mind, just double check if there's any water in there. Make sure all the water is drained out, because the last thing you want to do is have any water anywhere inside your engine, and it does get cold and then you could freeze and crack any lines. Now if you're going to leave gas on your boat, I recommend using only extremely high test gas you can find, and if at all possible, use gas with no ethanol in it. So the highest test possible and with no ethanol if possible. And you can also run a fuel stabilizer in the gas. So I would try, and if I can, to leave this baby not full, only leave a few liters in it. Treat the few liters that is left with a fuel conditioner. You can, if there is more left, if you have the good stuff in there, if you have the premium high octane no ethanol stuff, then by all means treat it a little bit, and you're definitely going to be good until the next year when you go to start up your engine, because it's high octane, you stabilize it a bit, and you'll be good for the next year. If you're leaving it for a couple years, the fuel's probably not going to be good. Join me in my next video as we take a look at how to change the oil on your outboard engine lower unit. Subscribe,
right there, that little icon right there, and you can be in on all the action. We got new videos coming up every week.
Woo! Banshee boating, baby!